The Vivo V50 with stunning design and pro-level portrait photography. Buy now. Velamal feels proud to honor the physical education teachers with 5 cars and 15 lakhs.
South India's #1 travel brand. You know you are special when you're with GT Holidays.
You know, we spoke about the symphony and what you experienced through it, but the best thing for me personally, and for many, many people, the jump to Western classical became easier because he's already embedded so much of it in his songs.
Right.
So it wasn't like alien music, you know, it was not like that's whereas maybe certain types of music, like I'm just randomly saying, let's say, you know, something from Tanzania, I'm just randomly saying, you know, you may not know that, like whatever it is, but the typical European Western classical music, which is the hub of Western classical music, that he's given it to us all through his career and in, you know, like in bits and pieces. And so the jump to for many people to from this to the symphony form, not his symphony, but to listening to Western classical music, I'm saying, he's enabled that path for many people. Yeah.
That's why the people in Tamil Nadu are actually the most well-versed in Western classical music. Because of Ilaiyaraaja.
Yeah. And not Tamil Nadu, Telugu. I mean,
Telugu and South India.
Yeah,
I'm talking about South India. Telugu, of course, huge.
Yeah,
and Malayalam, everybody.
Yeah.
Kannada.
Yeah.
I mean, Kannada got some of Ilaiyaraaja's best songs.
Best songs, yeah.
And
but, sorry.
No, okay.
No, tell me.
No, I was just saying that the way he's introduced us to Western classical music, he was telling, what is that song? And I think Pudiyavaru Pugal. Idayam Pogude. He's trying to explain to me, when he never, even he's a student of Western classical, he never says, let me use Beethoven's this symphony and that symphony, let me render this. No. He thinks of a feeling of Schubert's unfinished symphony, of the feeling of Schubert's unfinished symphony. And he composed Idayam Pogude, which has got nothing to do with it. If you hear this and Schubert's unfinished, you'll have no comparison. Nobody will even...
So when he composed Idayam Pogude,
he will have like this, because he's a student of Western classical, he imbibes the feelings of those.
Right.
The feeling of it goes into a composition of a very different nature, an original composition, because everybody has inspirations. But he will not have one tune, one note, anything similar. He will get the feeling out of what he thinks is religious books. Like we all look at the Bible and say the Mahabharata or the Ramayana, and we'll say so many stories of this thing. Every masala filmmaker will quote the Puranics and say this is based on the religious texts. That's why masala works. His religious texts are the music, this thing, and he doesn't take anything. He just gets the feelings from all these kind of things. And today, he's created a new feeling for people to feel and be inspired by, and to the inspiration that this is going to give young people to get on to a form of music that is almost non-existent in India. To get a philharmonic in India, you'll have one Bombay All India Philharmonic.
I'm actually thinking, where will you play this? Because I don't even know if we have proper concert.
The India Philharmonic is there. It's the big one in Bombay.
It is in Bombay?
One exists. I think Chennai also. I think they exist. Couple of things exist.
In Chennai?
Yeah. Otherwise, he will get the London Philharmonic to come
because
here.
I remember when Zubin Mehta came to Chennai many years ago. It was at the Music Academy, and it was not the best sound. It was not very.
No.
So
he'll find it, I think, the right one.
Maybe it's also a question of reducing the number of players so that there's not that much music or something like that. I don't know. But
no, you can't do that with this symphony. Right. It's written for every player.
Right. But tell me something, Balki. Because you've been interacting with Ilaiyaraaja for so long, when was the first time you got the inkling that, oh, this is happening? Apart from all the films that he's doing the symphony. When did you realize that?
Well, he's always been saying things that he wants to do a symphony.
There was a symphony that he wrote and
did not release.
Release in 93, around 93, 94, some period like that. Have you talked to him about that?
Yeah, he didn't release it.
Yeah.
He said he didn't feel like releasing it.
He didn't feel like it?
He didn't feel like releasing it. That's his, as a composer,
he's got... There was no other reason?
No other reason. He went to the Royal Albert Hall, heard this symphony, played. He did all that stuff.
So, the whole score is written?
Score's written, everything else.
And it was played?
Played. And he said, something told him, like, this is not my first symphony.
Wow.
I don't know why. Okay. What would have happened? Right. His feelings come like that everywhere. Yeah. So, it's like, I had no idea. I mean, he's been saying, so I would think he would do a symphony. But he went to Kanyakumari, he wrote for 2... Can you finish writing a symphony in 2 months or 3 months? It's almost unheard of.
When did he go? That's what I'm
He
asking.
went to Kanyakumari, one
When?
place to start. Sometime he went. I don't know when. I have no idea about all. He
So
goes
this was some
quiet.
kind of secret project.
Very secret stuff. He not secret. For him, he's saying that nobody is interested in symphony in the world, like in the country.
No, I'm just trying to get an idea of the time frame that he composed.
I don't know when he really composed this, but I think he composed it last year only, sometime for sure.
Last year
for sure. And for him to just go like that and come back with a symphony. And the beauty is, I am 100% sure that the symphony will have a lot of his fans, which are the majority of music lovers in the country, explore Western music, explore Western classical music. They will listen to a lot more symphonies, understand the meaning of. There will be a lot more musical interest in different forms other than film music.
Right.
In this, what he's opened up, because we are all used to now programming. Okay, to see human beings play and create the kind of sound. Because you imagine 85-piece orchestra. There's no mixing, nothing. You're hearing it like 7.1 Dolby, live, being performed.
Yeah.
It requires some level of human mixing there, which is going on. It's all live.
Yeah.
Thunderous effect.
No, but you know what? That's something that I've always felt, that if that kind of facility had been available to him or to every
The
composer.
NMACC has it here.
No. As in when he was composing.
When he was composing, he had
because
this.
Then, like, imagine even in this relatively imperfect state, the mixing and all that, we still marvel at the the music of the interludes and the preludes and all that. But if it had been that,
But he always says one thing. He says there were far better musicians before. You know, the kind of Raja sir says.
In where?
In Chennai, in this, he uses the violins some other level.
Yeah, the Chennai String Quartet and all
It was very popular. The number, he says, they were like dons, saying they will get it exact. There was this thing. See, slowly what happens when they go into cinema, film, music and everything else, and they're seeing all this stuff, and people also move out of the profession, and you don't have the people who are embedded to this, and like London Philharmonic, so many young people in the orchestra, to get into the London Philharmonic to play. You know, it's only the best can play there. The kind of cue, the kind of line out there to play in the London Philharmonic. It's not greatly paying, but they're dedicated to the art of that stuff. They come for the art. That tag is worth a lot more than any kind of millions of dollars can get them. That kind of, this tag is so important, is necessary to replace, to offset money today.
Yeah.
There must be a tag which gives you the value, like an entry into many things like money can give you. Like only money can give you that kind of entry. There is no other tags that gives the money and fame and paparazzi and the followers. This is all money. They're all talking. This one doesn't give you that. That feel now, if it comes back, it'll be so beautiful. And I really, I've been very depressed in the last few months about the extinction of cinema and the going off and everybody's coming and, what am I thinking? Everything is going to be done far better than I can ever do. I mean, so first I used to say, put the script into the machines, film will come out. Now you don't even need to put a script or this thing, just sit back, it'll generate the script and put it back and everything is going to happen. 3 years, the art form itself, people are not going to be fascinated because the machines are producing something, nobody's going to be fascinated. So I have a funny feeling that, are we seeing the end of a complete art form era? And I've gone very deep into it. We've spoken to a lot of AI guys, spoken to the top guys. We're sitting on something far deadlier than any nuclear weapon in the world. So I've been going through that stuff. For me, no therapist, nothing. You speak to your therapist, also he'll say, I'm also going through the same thing. Most therapists say, I will also be replaced by a machine. But doctors, everybody will tell you that. To go somewhere and actually feel inspired and not, the machines still are going to take you, but not be scared of death. Be refurbished with life and not be worried about the death. That's impending anyway. Is the most joyous experience. I don't give a damn. I just felt joy. And that's all I want to do. I just want to create joy. I don't give a damn who says what they say, what they do. Is there enough joy for enough number of people? Some people, few people, 2 people, 1 people. Do I feel joy? That's all is important. I think that he reminds me every now and then. This is joy. He says, don't say audience. Okay, don't say audience. You are the audience. You're the only audience for yourself. You're the only audience. Anybody who says he understands the audience is lying. They don't even understand themselves. You're the only audience. You're the only audience. He's always worked like that. This is the only audience.
By the same logic, he is the audience for his music?
Because if he doesn't feel it, whatever I feel, a lot of people happen to feel. That's also divinity.
Right.
God knows why. He's not tailoring and thing doing it with the according to cinema, he'll say, okay, this song has a situation. Director has decided the audience like that. But for that song, he won't do audience kind of. This is the music correct for this stuff.
Yeah.
Audience likes it is a bonus.
Right.
In that thing. And that's how he's always done work.
Yeah.
So to me it is like better than any spiritual journey I've had in the last many years, better than any kind of trip, the best holiday in 48 hours anybody can have. I was just privileged and I was a lucky bugger to just be at the BBC rehearsal studio, just tag him, wouldn't leave his side. I wanted to listen. I just want to listen. In fact, I, like a fool, I said, sometime I thought on one of his birthdays, I want to just surprise him one day by playing one piece for him. And I started learning the violin. Okay. And I realized
that's the toughest thing to learn.
I had no bloody music sense. I can listen.
And also after your fingers are formed, it's very difficult.
Very tough.
Yeah.
And I've realized 1 year or 6 months, whatever, 20 years if I live also, I won't be in a position to play one bar of music to him for his tune. No chance. I gave up the dream. Said this cannot be his gift ever in my life. Violin sitting there. That's the kind of, if I want to give, I can't give him a gift. I can only say, I learned this for you, but I've not been able to learn this for you.
Yeah.
So my only thing is I can say, I can enjoy your music. I'll enjoy your music. And the ideas that you get when you're sitting with him, or he told him, I'm going to do this. We'll do this. Balki, come, let's start. All those things, ideas come in between one symphony is happening, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's divine.
Even in that imperfect form, did you play the violin?
No, Chan, he doesn't even know that I tried this.
Oh,
this is only a truth to you. Nobody knows it. My mother was a violinist and she used to play the violin before she got married, and then she left it all when the children happened. So it's her sacrifice for me. So somewhere I think maybe I kind of feel the guilt of that too, and I embrace music a lot deeper because of this without understanding it.
So Balki, one question I've always had for you, and someone I never asked in all the meetings that we've had is, see, you're making your first film, you're a very successful advertising guy, and then you say, I want to make my first film, Chini Come. You have Ilaiyaraaja because you worship the man. Why did you say, I want you to rework your earlier compositions as opposed to creating brand new magic for me?
I'll tell you why. I first had Amitji, I had Tabu, I wrote the film, and I went to Ilaiyaraaja straight. I hadn't met him once in my life.
Right.
As a fan, I said, sir, I'm a fan, I'm Balki.
Oh, that's the first time
That's the first time I'm meeting him.
For Chini Come?
For Chini Come.
Okay.
So there's a story, you do. Of course, Balki, that's all I asked. I said that. He said, sir, also I have the music, sir. So what do you mean? So I said, see. And I realized what I was doing very late in life. For me, the story, the dialogues, the screenplay was normal. For me, I wanted to capture the feeling of cinema as me as a fan. Like Amitabh, for me, cinema was Amitabh Bachchan. For me, cinema was Ilaiyaraaja's music. For me, cinema was PC Sriram. Well, PC was my friend long before that also, while he was a cameraman. But that doesn't matter. I'm a fan of it. And PC and Ilaiyaraaja are very similar in a lot of ways. So, for me, the magic, it's not they were greatest people, the greatest composer, I'm working with the greatest cameraman, I'm working with the greatest actor. I'm working with my feeling of cinema. I came to the theatre and I felt all this with all these people. Kamal was another person I used to feel like that a hell of a lot about that. So I said, God, because we were doing Hindi, so and I was Amitabh Bachchan was my icon. So I just told him that. And why I asked him for the music, the logic I gave him was, yes, it's true. Many people are copying your music and kind of taking credit. At the time, there was no copyright also. So they haven't heard your music. How can half the country not hear what I've heard?
Right.
I didn't think of a composer because he's an original. If there's one word to associate with Ilaiyaraaja, it's originality. And I am asking the original people, the person, most original human being in the world, to kind of copy from himself. Okay. Now look at the irony. I didn't understand the irony and all. I just told him, sir, nobody has heard. For me, I want to capture that Those songs.
Right.
You know, I had so many songs, I was saying Vandam Vandatan. Aathi, I had no idea what it was. So he looked at me. I told him exactly like this. Because nobody has gone and said, sir, unga song and no. He said, he never told me anything. He didn't say, you wrote original scripts, but you want my old music for this. Nothing he told me. He looked at me, he smiled. I said, okay. Went, pulled out the score. Showed me, this is the score you want? I don't even understand. What is there? On a ragam, whatever. Then he said, Jane do na, joteyali, jote. I'm a huge fan of Kannada.
Yeah.
Joteyali. I'll give you Joteyali. This is the tune. Okay.
So that became...
No, very quiet. Listen to what he said. It was just so beautiful. Yeah, finished. I said, next film we'll do, sir, everything original. I started feeling the guilt after 3 months when I was interacting with him. I used to meet him very often. Yeah. When the background score started, the first thing he touched was a melody. Ting, 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 ting. That was a song. Okay? Next melody he touched. Another song. You think songs are only what I do? You can't copy this, na? This can be original. This is my original. I have a lot of place to play. Just look to this. I have composed for you 100 songs in the film. And you are thinking that you want my old song. That was his way of answering me, simply. I'm an original. Though you take my songs, I will do all original stuff in your film.
This sounds like a philosophical tale.
See, same thing. I told him one film, nobody heard of it. It's an Irish, Celtic kind of a thing, which is in one Ragavendra movie, last film.
Right.
One of those films, which I have not seen also.
Okay.
But I heard this track. I said, sir, I want this track. Ayyo. And Ragavendra happened to come to him. Hello, Balki, the tune venuma. Kudunga sir, enna po, they're going to kudutana. Even Mani said, what Balki asked him, it's Raja sir's tune, you take no copyright, nobody asked for anything, everybody just gave it like permission. I only asked whoever was the director of the film. He said, okay, fine. In Pa, he said. Same, so rest are all original, so you do what you want. This tune is very beautiful. You only did this. Okay, I said, fantastic, do it. Okay. Again, I'll show you. I did the same thing. 50 melodies. That's why when I was doing that show with him in the background score, that's a song. I can do the song anytime. I can do anything else. Every time when I've told him original, he will say, you are doing, why are you not allowing me to do all this fight? Then you do whatever you want. Because I'm so full of his music, it's so difficult to see him as another composer or for other feature film that you kind of do. You're saying, this is the situation, please give me a song. I already know all the songs. There is no other music in me except Ilaiyaraaja's music. So why wouldn't I take that music?
Plus, there's probably no situation for which he's not
He's
composed.
not done for the best of things. I've grown up. It gives me the feeling of cinema. I'm not borrowing the tune because the tune is famous. It's giving me the feeling of cinema. Your tune, music is giving me the feeling of cinema. That's the only thing I borrow for my feel rather than for his. The thing. So he's been very kind enough to do that. But I think going forward, the next thing we're working on is going to be 12 absolute original stuff that nobody's ever heard.
12 songs.
12 of classics, which are going to be like big and huge. And they will...
12 of Raja's classics?
No.
12 new...
12 new things of very different composition we're trying for this. And... Now he'll say, now you tell me one tune which will match this. Let me see. He'll play that kind of thing. I said, no, sir, this is completely, you have to do the magic after this completely again. I said, you give me the songs, I'll write there are some situations for each other, I'll write it after that. Whatever. So I have also learned, I'm a film director, I go to a music director, I explain a situation, I approve a tune, and I do. The experience only I have not had with Raja sir. In Shamitabh was 2 minutes, all the original songs, 2 minutes happen on that thing. So there's no, the thing when I tell him, he understands, he visualizes the whole situation in 2 minutes. So what to tell, what to do, that stuff. So I've not had that thing with him. You know, with him, it was like, I already know your music. I want all the music you can give me, everything that you can give me, whatever you have, all your notes, whatever, in that thing. And I genuinely believe this. I genuinely believe half this country though they've heard very good music in the northern part of India, we've all got our classics here also. But there's some finesse and feeling that they've missed out because they've missed out on hearing Ilaiyaraaja. Ilaiyaraaja, if you hear, it just softens your tonality, softens your outlook towards the next person, increases your love for a girl, just increases your love for the next person. I don't know why. It makes you lovely feeling sad. It makes you lovely feeling depressed. It makes you beautiful even being violent. You know, it's this beauty associated with every emotion. That beauty in a little raw here. That Gulzar is the only person who's brought the beauty in everything that you've had there like that. Yeah. You know, that is his beautiful sense, which I always feel. So my greed is only...
I've always wanted them to work together.
They have. On Sadma, they worked.
Oh, Surmai Akhiyon.
Yeah, and they've done a couple of films together.
Really?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, Sadma I remember now. Yeah,
He has huge respect for Gulzar Sahab. Gulzar Sahab has phenomenal respect for him.
No, tell me, like, okay, this is a real flashback, but what was the song that hooked you to Ilaiyaraaja? Did you remember that at all?
Yeah. Pudhiya Varpugal. The songs of Pudhiya Varpugal, the first time I heard Ilaiyaraaja's music.
Oh, really?
So for me, Annakili does not matter.
So this is like 78 types.
From Pudhiya Varpugal, I am listening. I was irritated with this Tamil song. My father used to take me to watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and before that he took me to watch Julius Caesar, Marlon Brando, all those kind of films watching. Then after some time, Pudhiya Varpugal came, whatever. I mean, neighbor of mine, who was a great film listening, she was my aunt kind of thing. She dragged me one day. My mother said, take him and go somewhere, whatever. I took him to Tamil movie, whatever. So trust me.
That's the first Tamil film you've seen?
No. I saw, almost the first, it's the first Tamil. I must have seen some Shivaji films and all I've seen, but not like dragged and forced, rather than willingly. This is also forced. I mean, you know how I saw the movie? I was going like this, looking down. Something before that, whatever those white people were dancing, those angels were going on. I just looked at the screen. I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing the music. I'm hearing the music. That's all I'm listening. That day, I became a filmmaker. In my head, I can see pictures, just listening to him. Then I went back, saw all his things. Anything with Ilaiyaraaja music, I would go. A film for me to be, that's why I ended up seeing a lot more movies than other people, because most things had Ilaiyaraaja music. Any film, if it has Ilaiyaraaja music, it is premium for me. It was the kind of film that I had to watch. Like when Manish Pallavi, Anupallavi, Anil Kapoor, something, Balu Mahendra was there, and Ilaiyaraaja, 100% go. That is Pallavi Anupallavi, the greatest song in composition terms. In Pallavi Anupallavi, it's beautiful. I mean, today it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
Like that, there are so many kind of melodies. Then I became fan. Then I saw Kamal with Ilaiyaraaja's music. Then I saw everybody with Ilaiyaraaja's music. The only person I never saw with Ilaiyaraaja's music was Amitabh Bachchan, because that was North India. I mean, of course, I loved his songs and everything else, but that was a different feel. That was Amitabh Bachchan feel. I think Kishore Kumar stood out for me in that thing. The voice of this thing.
You know, but a very strange thing. I'll probably get bashed for this, but with the exception of maybe the songs that R.D. Burman composed for Amitabh Bachchan, Rim Jhim Gire Sawan, that entire lot, or the few that Jaydev and other people, Alap, those kinds of movies, Amitabh's never had great music in that sense. He's had popular music, but not what I would call very great, like well orchestrated, composed, that kind of music.
See, the kind of movies that he was doing
was probably
like Lakshmikant Parallel, two of the greatest composers.
I'm somehow not such a fan.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
If you hear Tezab and all, you kind of celebrate in the theatre. And Lakshmikant Parallel, Manmohan Desai, the kind of films that he's done for Naseeb and all that. They're fabulous songs.
Those songs work on screen.
On screen. See, it is not the kind of thing with Ilaiyaraaja. I listen to the music. That's why when I see the visuals of a lot of his songs, like I can't handle it.
You know, when I send Ilaiyaraaja songs to friends, like they'll say recommend some songs, I deliberately choose a song which just has like a poster or something like that. Because I'm terrified that they'll see the visuals and then like they'll say, oh my god, this I can't watch.
This is an incident that happened. I'm a great fan of Valeo Sekalakaram. Okay, I had no clue.
But that's actually a nicely pictured song.
Beautifully pictured song. So this is a picture opposite. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Beautiful song, great picturization. Kamal was at his best. He looking like Vivek Bangle and all that.
Yeah.
Fabulous. So I just as a reference for a feel, I told PC, for this song, I want that movement with every damn stuff.
For which one?
For Pa, in one thing I do. I want that movement.
Do you know who shot that?
Wait.
Yeah.
That is the... So, Mr. Abdiya, Sola, Enga shoot I'll find out where it is. He listened for 15 minutes. The Pavi. Neela or Manishana. Nandanda shoot pan in the song. PCS shot that song. That particular song was shot by him. I cursed him. Why the fuck did you tell me this entire thing? I would have told you I would have wasted 15 minutes of my conversation.
Because the film shot by S.M. Anwar, Kamal met during Sagar. Because Ramesh Sippy's film, right?
Correct.
So that was Sagar. And that was, if I remember right, S.M. Anwar, I think was his name.
Anwar Siraj.
No, I'm forgetting. Yeah, but anyway, that
the Sholay cameraman. Who
the
also
assistant.
Assistant, yeah.
Dwarka Divecha's
Correct.
assistant, I think. Yeah. So he shot Satya. And this particular thing, I think, was PC.
Song was done by PC. Called him
Yeah.
So imagine, I've done that also. Some songs have been beautiful, like Balu Mahendra used to picturize beautifully, Mani used to picturize the songs very beautifully. There are very few songs of his which are pictured. Mahendran used to do some lovely bits. Baradwaj, of course.
Yeah.
The icon of, for me,
I'm somehow not so sure because those angels used to keep...
No, angels you forget.
Yeah.
But picturizing songs in a beautiful... See, slow motion was created by that fellow.
Yeah.
He turned a girl looking from behind
Also Zoom.
Zoom, what? I don't even know that. But there was something very beautiful and aesthetically fantastic about Baradwaj. To me, he's iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of a guy who can imagine a scene of a girl, sweat drops fall on a guy, and that becomes raindrops, and that becomes a song. Nothing. I mean, only a guy with tremendous love in his heart can think. To me, he's iconic. If I were to say, name one iconic guy, it would be Baradwaj. He changed for me the meaning of love. Today it may look like the angels and all this stuff, but they're still very beautiful moments when the women are not saying anything, they're just looking and they're doing those looks, close-ups of people. Baradwaj is kick-ass in that. So I was just telling this, what was I saying? Picturization of songs. I think some of the songs have been picturized gorgeously, but a lot of the more beautiful songs, maybe, oh man, horrendous picture.
It's also because that was the era of that PT choreography, right? Like,
Correct.
1, 2, 3, that kind of
choreography.
choreography.
Bizarre things were happening.
Yeah, I actually find that the well-picturized songs of that era are the cabaret dances. Because they at least adhere to the like they're not random. There's at least there's an actual reason for being. The dancer is like dancing. There are steps. There are backup dancers. It's like a mini Broadway show.
Yeah.
But the other ones where the hero heroine are generally prancing around in something, some of them are done well, but many of them are not. So they kind of become odd. And I think that I've always wondered what. Like when Ilaiyaraaja saw some of these, what would have gone through his mind,
I sometimes feel, I think he went to Tiruvannamalai only to exercise a lot of the things that he saw, I suppose. I don't know, I was just joking with him, but yeah, his music actually...
So that's why you said the first film, I want to give wider exposure to his music, is why you decided to...
Wider exposure, and I wanted to shoot that music, that right. I wanted to just... Wider exposure for sure. Not even I wanted to shoot the music, because most of the music... Actually, PC shot most of the songs twice in his life. A lot of the songs were shot by PC only. So it was like crazy.
That's really amazing, because your Ilaiyaraaja journey begins with Pudhiya Varpugal, which is very surprising for me because that's not typically a movie that's Raja's starting point for many people.
No.
That's what I mean. It's like and one of the things that bothers me, I can't say bothers because it's, you can't get too wound up about these things, but like all these people who say, I love Ilaiyaraaja, and then, we sing a song and they'll sing Sundari Kannal Oru Sevi, or Tendral Vandati Endum Bodu. Lovely songs. Now, nothing against the songs. But it's like they have like 10 songs that they identify as Ilaiyaraaja songs, and they don't know Vandale Allipu, whatever it is, they don't know all those songs.
There is a song that he and I wanted to use that song. He's singing in the
one?
Jodi Nadigal Milagi. இந்த படம் இது கேட்ட மாதிரி இருக்கே. He was joking. அப்படியா அந்த பாட்டு எதுக்கு நல்லா இருக்கு சார். I always look at this as, when my grandfather used to take me to the railway station, I always found the trains coming, like 2 tracks are moving like that. They come and the train goes on 1 track like that. So I want the Jodi Nadigal பாதை விலகி சேர்ந்தன. அப்படியா?
I'm trying to remember the name of the film.
I don't know.
Was that Anbe Odiva or something? I'm not sure.
I have no clue.
Okay.
So, and he's refused to do anything on that song because I said, one day, sir, one song is... And I always have a point of disagreement with him. There's some songs, of course, of commonality. His list of songs for concert and his list of songs for what he'll play. Say, Balki, when you are doing concert, you do those songs. When I am doing concert, I want to do songs for public, not for you. So I said, why? So many songs, there's such beautiful songs. Why haven't you ever played?
But I think he knows the pulse of the audience.
He knows everything.
Yeah,
he knows
because
all that.
Like, as in, he knows this is what people want, right? It's like, and also how to structure a concert.
Like when you say Kanne Kalaimane versus Poongatru, I always prefer Poongatru to Kanne Kalaimane.
Yeah.
Because for me, it is like, it's damn
You're going to
cool.
kill me for this, but what is my favorite song in that film?
The Silk Smita, fantastic song it is. It's a thunderous song.
It's just mind-blowing.
Beautiful
compared
song.
to these two, and these two are already there. That's like, the musicality in that song is
phenomenal.
It's a different thing.
It's
like
phenomenal.
The way he uses the guitars and the thunderous drums, we just stop, right? It's like, it's not a continuous drum. It's like, it's a phenomenal song.
And Nenjithe Killade, what is that song? Paruvame is one song.
Yeah.
The other one, no?
Uravenum
Pudhiya.
And the interludes of the P. Sushila song, E Tendrale. That's like something else.
Uravenum Pudhiyavanam. It's a genre by itself. It's a genre of music. Yes, sir, public, if you won't tell me, why don't you play this? They all like Talabati, they all like this kind of thing. When you bring your unknowns, the songs that are less sung, which people have loved at that time.
I was speaking to Yuvan Shankar Raja sometime back, long back, I think for some interview, before that we were talking about the lesser known songs of Ilaiyaraaja that he wanted to popularize or whatever it is. So I asked him, so it's like, why don't, you spread the word? Because you have a following that's of your own music and stuff like that. But somehow he keeps circulating it within his own group. I think they keep enjoying it, but I don't know. It's like...
No, out of frustration, what I've done, this thing of wanting to hear his music, like you said, like the North Indian, what I did is, when I was doing ads, we used to do, let's say, 100 ads a month, like that kind of amount of volume was there. So I always, if there's a music kind of a piece, my inspiration would be some other piece that maybe I would have heard one African tune. 99% would be Ilaiyaraaja. So the number of his tunes that have gone into my ads, which I told him once, sir, without copyright, because I don't know who to take also from that. The company doesn't exist.
Right.
So who do you take copyrights? Everything they tried. So we just used. How many songs that, in Pudhiya Varpukal, there's a song that was never used, which song which I used in Pa.
That is Alaigalur.
Alaigalur there, sorry, not Pudhiya, Alaigalur.
Yeah.
Said, so we'll use, like that I've taken for ads, so many, like,
Naguva Nayana.
I use it in idea.
There's also a Tamil version that goes Panil Nanayum. I don't know if it's a dub of some other song.
I use it in idea. It's the idea theme tune is that. So what copyrights, who copyrights what? So what I told him was, sir, this is the song I have to. That time I had finished, I was doing Chini Kam. So this idea is yours, sir. This is the tune. It's been composed. Why don't you, I don't know who to pay anything. So why don't you do 12 versions of this thing and you give it to idea for a fee. So that's your fee for, he actually did 12 versions of Naguva Nayana on that stuff and gave it to idea as a thing for a fee. that's the way I've tried to kind of use his music in ads. I've tried to use his music.
Oh, so that came after Chinikam. You got to know him.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I somehow thought it was before. Okay. Right. So yeah, that's something that anyway, we can go on talking about the older music and this and that. But I too have seen some very, very bad films, in my opinion, that I just went to see for the songs, because I come from a time when there was no on-demand listening. If you wanted to listen to the songs at that particular time, you had to go to a movie.
Correct.
To the theater and see
Correct.
it. It's not like it's available on a computer right next to you to play or whatever it is, right? So
maybe that's the beauty of the symphony. If you want to listen to the symphony, you have to be in the hall.
Yeah.
There is no other way to listen to the
Balki,
symphony.
you can't just say come to London. It's like
you guys
with one
fly
day-
to Berlin and every film festival.
I have a 5-year Schengen. London, I don't have a visa. Like, to get a visa when you say like 2 days before what? Yeah, do you know what a pain it is to
You
get
just have to go to the
London?
concert and say, I have to go to Ilaiyaraaja's concert. Please give me the thing. They'll stamp it for you and give it to you tomorrow.
No, so coming back to the symphony, right, which is what we were talking about. So it's going to travel to a few more places.
Yeah.
And then finally land up in India.
It'll end up in India and Chennai, where, of course, it'll be Chennai. So where else would it be?
Right. Are you seeing him doing more such work? Have you talked to him about that?
Yeah. He wants to do many more symphonies. He's going to finish. I think he's going to do a lot more symphonies.
He's going to do?
Yeah.
And he's going to balance that with his film work?
Of course.
Okay.
For him, there's no workload.
Yeah.
This is pleasure load. You're increasing his pleasure.
Yeah.
So more pleasure is happening for him.
Right. It's just amazing that you got to listen
He
to
is, to me, like people say God and that and this, like you said clearly, he is to me joy. There is no bigger joy anything in the world has given me than Ilaiyaraaja. Close to that, but quite a big distance, will be watching Viv play or watching Federer play. But still there's a big distance. The joy which he gave was inexplicable.
Somebody should write, David Foster Wallace wrote about Federer. You've read that piece,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That iconic,
Yeah.
endless piece where he just went and watched Federer at various places. And the way he describes Federer, he seems like a combination of some kind of angel out of Greek mythology. It's like some beyond, like the way his legs lift and the way his hand flies and with a racket, and it's like having a vicarious orgasm, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's what this music is saying. That when you listen to him, it's like somebody saying, "Come, I'll make you happy. Come. I'll give you a little trouble. I'll slap you a little bit. Come, I'll make you happy again. Come, let's have fun. It's like, come, let me make you feel a little sad." It's like life's emotions all in a symphony.
Yeah. And I'm saying you should write about it.
No, I'd love to write about it, but Ilaiyaraaja will find too many mistakes in that.
No. Not dissecting the symphony itself, saying...
No, even
I
not.
don't know.
I can't. I have nobody to dissect that.
Yeah,
I can't even begin to comment on the
Yeah,
symphony.
but I'm talking about your experience.
My experience with him, he'll say finally, "Oh, even this you have to find meaning." Feel without words. Why do you have to say what you felt? Why must you put it in words? I said, "So what? I can't play what I can only speak. So I'll speak about music. So give me my liberty. You do what you want. I'm doing what I want." So that's a conflict kind of thing. So I'm always very scared to kind of, not scared of what he'll say, because he'll always laugh. He'll laugh at me. He just thinks I am demented. So therefore he laughs at me. He kind of looks at me like this specially challenged person who's come to me. He's that kind of a person. So he's like very indulgent, number one, and gives me that, space for me without any of the shusha to just enjoy the music. People say that he's arrogant, he's that and this thing. Not even this much I have seen him here. Of course he said, why is not working? What is it? Okay, sir. No. You look at me like that, go and do another. Even our arguments have been so small. How can you argue with Ilaiyaraaja? So you're doing, even our way of working has been one of not just a fan, of a person who's been kind of really injected with the joy of Ilaiyaraaja. So mine's, it's like if I'm on a drug and I'm always going to be on this drug, which is I hate to call that, but it's possibly the best drug that everybody can have. Just listen to his music. I wish it could just be one vial that people could put it through.
I think you already have it because it's just flowing through you. You know.
He's just very special, very, very special. I don't think I can call many other things as special as this.
Right, and thank you so much for making this time because I know your schedule is so crazy. You made me come a day earlier than I wanted to.
But thank you, Rangan. Thank you. I don't even know how to express this to anybody. I can't say this in front of Ilaiyaraaja, but I can't express this to anybody who would understand it like you would. A lot of people here haven't been infected. I used infested and infected alternatively, but
I think
infected.
both work. Yeah,
both work.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah. It's like something that you know I think that remark that I made earlier about it's almost like being a bhakti poet, you know, with that kind of taking liberties with thing. I think that really applies here with you because
my only request is the whole film industry and everybody who's ever had the fortune of working with him to go to the next performance of this.
Do you know, are there going to be different
I think it's
orchestras?
in Paris. No, I don't know about that. I don't know what he's doing with that. I'm not very clear. I think Shriram would be in a better position to say that. But the Paris one will come very soon. So please go there. It is worth, just save those dates. Whatever happened, I request everybody just save the dates. Just go there. Just go there. I mean, it will change your life.
And on that note,
Thank
there
you.
can be no bigger note. It will change your life. Thank you, Balki.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Vivo V50 with stunning design and pro-level portrait photography. Buy now. Velamal feels proud to honor the physical education teachers with 5 cars and 15 lakhs.
South India's #1 travel brand. You know you are special when you're with GT Holidays.